Hello everyone, LRon here with part 29 of my Total Terraria World Annihilation. And so, the biggest evidence to support my claim that RAM is everything for EverQuest is at some point I came across a desktop with a processor that's slightly weaker than the one in my laptop, but it has 12 gigs of RAM, and so it can very comfortably run 12 EverQuests simultaneously. It can probably do about 16 if you want to have a almost tolerable amount of lag, but 12 is just as fantastic as 4 for my laptop on that machine. Yeah. I'm guessing you're wondering why you would need 12 simultaneous EverQuests going at the same time. And the answer is one-man raids. Basically, I've got myself a nice little tool, which was not... This tool is not a violation of the Sony equivalent of the EULA. I'm not sure if Daybreak has expanded on the EULA to ban them or not, but I do have a dumb bot, a bot that cannot do anything on its own. Basically, I use the log files to communicate with the other EverQuests and have them basically do actions based on my commands. And according to a lot of experts on EverQuest and pushing the limits and not getting in trouble, at least as of like 5 years ago, the official policy was as long as one person can communicate for your group, it is fine. So basically, as long as the others are not operating while you are away from the keyboard, basically you need one person to drive the masses actively. And so that is why you would need 12. And of course, nobody would dare try to do something like that in the pre-free-to-play model of the game, where every single account used to require an outrageous subscription. That would just be a joke. I mean, it could very well be that this was a grandfathered policy from then, because at the time that I heard about that version of the policy, it was still a 100% subscription-based game. The free-to-play model came maybe a year or two later. And so, probably, you know, Sony just wanted to make the money of that many subscriptions just sitting around collecting dust most of the time. And that makes sense. I should probably stop talking about a dying MMO. In case you're wondering, I've never played WoW, and I don't intend to play WoW. This isn't just some alleged loyalty to EverQuest or anything like that. I just know someone who babysat an account. Apparently something needed to be done every so often for someone I know's friend or coworker or something. And so that person was on like a 2-week vacation, so they entrusted this person who was also a fellow EverQuest player, to essentially make sure that everything gets done that needs to get done, like upkeep and whatnot. And so he was also given permission to just, play around and do whatever as well. And so he ended up hating it. It was a total disaster, in his words. And so I never felt the need to try it, because based on the detailed descriptions of what he hated about it, I agreed that I would hate it. I have played a bit of Star Wars Galaxies Emulated. I never actually played when it was live, but I played on the Basilisk server maybe a year ago for a couple months. One of my coworkers was a big fan of the game, and he wanted me to give it a try, so I did. It has its points, but it's definitely not the greatest thing in the universe. One of the things I liked a lot about it was it had a proper macro system that could self-loop. EverQuest never allowed self-looping. If self-looping existed, then there'd be really no need for bots at all. But basically, I was able to form a macro to repeatedly kill these killable NPCs inside the city, and harvest lots of loots from that, and also power level my weapon skills and stuff. So that was really cool. I mean, basically I was at a point where I really didn't even need to go out and excavate resources for crafting purposes. I could just buy the pristine materials because I was able to pump out like 1,000,000 credits a day or something silly like that. And then I tried the Old Republic for maybe 2 hours. That was the biggest disaster in the universe. That game should not exist. We should have a KOTOR 3 instead. Okay, so I think that about does it on my MMO front. Those are all the MMOs I played, so now I can shut up about them. I will see you next video.